You know, I think because that was the first big final at home, there was this, unknown about it, and maybe more nerves going into it, just because I had no idea how it would feel, and what the support would be from the community and the media and our corporate sponsors, and now we understand how big this is for the community, and we get to focus a little bit more on execution and just making sure that we deliver a really, really special night to our fans and our community.
What were some of the best practices, I guess, from that 2019 to now that you might be implementing?
Yeah, I think one thing that for sure we focused on then, and I think we learned was a real positive, was making sure that the tickets were accessible for our fans. We wanted to fill the building. There's always the temptation to push prices, and it is a business, but first and foremost, we wanted the building filled, and we just wanted that home field advantage that we're going to need. This is going to be a battle tomorrow night, and we know that there will be a few thousand fans against us, but we need 60,000 plus with us to finish the job.
Garth came in the history of the club here, and all the championships you guys have won, and all the banners hanging here. How would you rate this CONCACAF league? How can you communicate that to fans? How this fits into the Sounders trophies?
Yeah, I'm not one to really compare and contrast. It's another massive trophy. It is arguably more difficult from a soccer standpoint. So for those players, the pride that they should feel in going after this trophy. I get that fans. I mean, I have friends who are very big sports fans, and I get that this doesn't come second nature to a lot of American sports fans. But around the world, this tournament is as big or bigger than a domestic trophy. So we look at it that way. It's been a long journey to get here. Massive credit to Garth and Craig Weibel and Chris Henderson, whose fingerprints are all over this team, and the coaches, and certainly the players who've been out there battling and got us qualified for this tournament, and now hopefully get us over the finish line.
Craig was saying yesterday, Garth came close with RSL, 11 years ago. How much did you and he talk about this particular trophy when he came on board, and over the years, has it been something that he's kind of harped on and kept on your radar? We need this. We want this.
For sure, he has, and sometimes I've certainly until we're winning MLS Cups, sort of, I don't want to say tuned it out, but we certainly we're striving for MLS Cup first and foremost. We obviously would have taken a Champions League final in the meantime, but yeah, look, again, Garth has been the one that's been sort of dog on a bone on this prize, and has kept the team, the group, super focused. I think between Garth, Craig, the coaching staff, the support staff, we've done a good job of preparing for this moment. The team, assuming we get through today, is healthy, focused, fit. Put ourselves in a great position to win a trophy, and ultimately it'll be about the execution.
Right. How do you explain the special connection that the Seattle area has with soccer and the team going back to the 70s, maybe even before that?
Yeah. No, I think that's right. I think it does go back decades. The immigration patterns to this country, early days of soccer clubs, leagues popping up, the youth soccer development in this part of the country, And then ultimately, when the Sounders came into existence in 1974, I think we benefited then from the major American sports franchises not really being in existence. Like, they weren't the juggernauts that they are today. The NFL wasn't here, Major League Baseball, and so it captured the imagination of this city, formed an amazing base and foundation for what those of us who have come after have been able to build upon. Look, I think luck plays into it. In 2007, when we announced this MLS, incarnation of the franchise, the sports landscape wasn't that positive. The Mariners have been struggling. The Seahawks have been struggling. The Sonics were on their way out of town. It was another good moment for us to launch a franchise and again reconnect with fans, and so and then I think we've done some good things along the way. We haven't been perfect, but we've always tried to focus on the fan. We've always tried to put a winning team on the field. We've always focused on character in terms of the ownership, management, coaches, players, people that are going to connect with our community, and for whom, they see this franchise as just, we really are just stewards of this franchise. There will be those that come after us. This group that is involved today will be a different group 20 years from now. And the hope is that group connects with our community in the same way that we have for hopefully going on 50 years.
Craig said yesterday that he feels a calm right now, but he expects to feel anxious tomorrow morning leading into the game. How are you feeling right now? How do you expect to feel in the next 24 hours?
Well, not as calm as Craig. Maybe because he was a player and a coach and is, involved in the administration. I don't know. I don't feel calm before a Wednesday night against an MLS opponent either. But this is a big game, and as much as I try to calm myself, it's not really possible. Not really in my DNA. But again, I'll go back to, we've put ourselves in a really good position. We feel really good. We have a fantastic opponent. They have great character, and they're coming here to try to win. They're gonna battle and fight and claw and try to get us out of our what we think we can do well. And ultimately, I think it's going to be an amazing event tomorrow night.
Speaking of emotions, how did you live? Could you share how you lived that second half of the first leg? I don't know. Estadio Universitario?
Well, the one thing that was funny, I guess, at the very end is my girlfriend knows to separate a couple of floors from me during those games. But I didn't realize her broadcast was 10 seconds ahead of mine. So I heard her scream at the end, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know if that's good or bad, when Nico was taking his second penalty. So that did help me a little bit. It calmed me at least for 10 seconds, because I figured she wouldn't have screamed like that if it had been bad. But now look, those of you who've been around me on game day and just about any other time know I'm pretty emotional, fired up, competitive, and I wish I could do more come game day, game time. I can't. I'm not sure that everyone would say I can do much before a game or generally, but I definitely live and die for those games and the emotion of it. And last Wednesday it was no different.
What's your attitude, having said that, when you interact with the players? I don't know how much you interact with them after practice between now and the game time. Try to kind of put a...
Between now and game time?
Yeah,
I'll leave them alone. And,
right.
No tactics.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, look, and generally, I'm here to be supportive in any way I can be for a player, a coach, somebody in the business group. You know, I on a day-to-day basis, you know, that's what I sort of see my role as getting the right people around us to be as successful as possible as an organization, and try and stay in my lane and do the things that I think I'm okay at, which is, you know, developing relationships with people, and you know, if I do interact with a player, it's as a human being and listening and trying to coach, mentor, and hear their problems and see if I can help them have a better life-work balance in Seattle, which ultimately helps us, you know, hopefully win trophies and have them want to be here in Seattle playing for this club.
Is that the DNA that started in 1974, the balance, human being, soccer player, person, as you keep talking about that? Is that maybe part of it?
You know, I think that's part of it. I mean, for sure, there was sort of this culture of winning that started in 1974, and that, you know, winning hides a lot of sins, and winning, people like to win and want to be around winners and want to be around winning organizations and winning cultures. You know, how the individuals back in the 70s acted towards the players, you know, I wasn't there to observe it. You know, it's what I feel like I'm okay at, decent at, and so I have to kind of be who I am as a human being and do what I think is right to help the organization. But ultimately, you know, I am multiple steps removed from what goes on a, you know, day-to-day basis, and you know, how the team comes out on Wednesday and performs.
Adrian,
one or two more guys.
Just kind of going off of the way you handle your role. I mean, you're at every practice, you're very involved, but you also handle the way you just mentioned. How important has it been to have someone that compliments you, like Garth, that's willing to get out here and rally people up like it's WrestleMania and do other components aside from the soccer aspects?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I think we do complement each other well. You know, I've said this before. Garth is very structured, methodical. You know, maybe his legal background, some of the experiences he's had. I would say I'm more of a maybe more of an entrepreneurial, sort of managed by the seat of my pants, and by feel. And I think that those two things do complement each other well. Garth is more, I'm pretty quiet. You know, I you know, occasionally we'll come out here and do this, but it's not, you know, it's not something that I live for. And you know, I think Garth, you know, he's got a big personality. And so, yeah, I think we complement each other well. But again, I think what it really comes down to is we both believe in getting great people, character and quality of their work product, and setting them loose to do what they do best. And, you know, I think, again, great organizations, they win and lose together. And great organizations are, you know, are this amazing blend of great people. That's it, you know, and the players are part of that. Yeah, Garth and I see that.
Who's
Hi.
going to go first?
What's the opportunity? Congratulations on getting to the final. What's the opportunity for your club tomorrow night?
I think the opportunity is to make history. You know, we talk about our mission in life at the Sounders to create moments, enrich lives, and unify through soccer, and we feel like we've been pretty good at that over the course of time, starting way back in 1974, and this is another one of those moments. Huge game for our city, for the legacy of the club, for the players, the coaches, everybody who's come before and done their bit for the Sounders. And yeah, we're looking forward to getting it on.